Welcome back to the workshop, lads. I have a shelf of machines out here, all broken, need to be fixed. So in no particular order, I'm going to get started on them. First up, we have a Bosch recip saw, 36 volt. This is actually in from a fire department. I left on 3 of them. So it looks like it's a tool holder. That's the problem. These are the proper heavy duty recip saws, cordless ones. Fire departments need reliability and dependability. That's why they go with the Bosch ones. Do fairly hard work and get regularly abused trying to take cars apart basically. So common fault is the tool holder. Shatters and falls apart. The other bits left over. This comes as a kit. Away for the bin. Now, these parts come as a kit, whole assembly, so replacing everything every time, but it's not expensive. It's only about €30 for that whole kit. Now, there's about 3 of these on to do. I'm assuming they're all the tool holder. I'll do a video on one of them because this isn't a fun job to do, and it sure isn't a fun job to try and film. We'll do one of these on camera so you can see how it's done if you ever needed to or wanted to tackle it. But this is one of the more difficult and finicky repairs you can do. Here are the parts. Bosch don't leave you in the dark. They actually give you an instruction manual as well. A diagram to show you how it goes together and a step-by-step guide. Good guide, but until you've done a few of these, it's very difficult to actually do. First things first, just clean this end out a wee bit. There's just the shoe for resting against the timber. Can't take this off without taking apart the tool holder. So, if the tool holder is broken, take the opportunity to just clean this out a wee bit to leave it looking right. So, once you've got it cleaned up, and you're happy, make sure you put this foot back on again. You don't want to forget and start rebuilding this with this foot off. You will have to dismantle it all again to reinstall that foot. Now, this is awkward to do, there's no doubt about it. It's even more awkward because this foot needs to be on when you're working, so we have to get everything around us. Just makes it very difficult to work at. The most difficult thing about this, get the spring lined up first so it's sitting around the right direction. You have to rotate all these parts counterclockwise all together under tension whilst putting in these pins. The next one isn't difficult. This is the pin that actually holds the blade. The tip of this, that's not the hole in the blade. That's what secures it. But this one here is a resistance fit. This is the pin that actually holds it all together. This doesn't drop in. This has to be pressed in, which is extremely hard to do, to be quite honest. So if you have one of these, or if you have one for repair for somebody, and you have to replace the tool holder, this is how you do it. Start off right by putting the spring in the right way. Put the machine this direction. This plastic boy, this wee sleeve, has 2 wee lugs on it. Locates the slot for the tool holder. That one's easy enough. Can't do that wrong. This is the one here. This spring point needs to be sticking out, facing the table with the recip gun, with the recip saw in this orientation. That is going on like that. So once you've that done, turn this around so you can see it better. This is the orientation one you have to get right. So it's this metal ring here, this metal sleeve, that actually grabs hold of the spring gives you a radial tension. So this was taking the spring load, and everything else is located onto this in wee slots. So this isn't under actual tension, it's this part here. You can't put them on wrong. They can only go together one direction. So this on, shoulder facing up, spring was on here. Slide that on. Then you take your big sleeve, press, twist till you find the right spot, which is there. Your second spring goes into the hole. Now this is where it gets complicated. This can only go on one way as well. It has a track cut on here. It locates onto this pin here, onto this slot. That just presses straight down. So with these all sitting on, located to the hole, you have to press this inner sleeve down and rotate the whole assembly half a turn counterclockwise till we get to this hole on the other side. And whilst holding it, to put on this first pin, pointed side facing up, smooth side down. That on there. Get it all the way down. There we go. This is initially held, but it still needs to be held in tension. Now this is where the cursing and swearing normally starts. This rotating outer sleeve can sometimes jam up. That's jammed. Push this inner sleeve down more to free it. Locate everything again. So this slot is located with this black sleeve, located with the hole that you put the first pin into. Then put in this locking pin. The problem is that locking pin is a resistance fit, so it won't go onto the shaft. You have to just get it into this one and then past this one, this hole on this black sleeve. It'll be resting on the shaft then. Now you have to press this in. This is where it gets really difficult. So you have to put this on a bearing press, support the underside, get a flat bladed screwdriver, wedge that in there, because you're going to press this pin. You don't want to crush the tool holder, the slots where the actual blade goes on. So you have to keep a screwdriver in there. Get something to sit on this pin and press it in tight so it won't go any further. This is so awkward to do. So now they're set up like this. I'm using a Allen key socket to press the pin, sitting on an island block, screwdriver wedged in here. Gently press this in. Till she stops. That's it. Now, that's her. And also, probably better to take your battery out just in case you accidentally hit the trigger. That's it. So she's auto open there. I have a blade. That's her on. That's it. One tool holder repaired on a Bosch GSA18-2Li 36 volt reciprocating saw. Not the easiest of jobs to do. That's her. One done. Two more of these to look at. So if you're tackling that yourself, you can buy that kit for about €30. Send it on to a repair shop like here to get it fitted for you. You're talking about €45. Not too bad a price, and there's nothing else wrong with the machine whatsoever. 45 gets us a fairly expensive machine up and running again. It's not much good with a tool holder anyway. Next up on the healing bench, another Dewalt gun. This is the DCN692 Type 3 gun. Roofing gun, or first fix gun. What's she? 2021. Not old. Got a flashing light. So most likely this will be jammed. There we go. I hope that's not all it's on for. Test and see. Last few stripping nails. We'll just use the pallet bench. Yeah, I don't know. People just don't read instruction manuals or what. Not the greatest gun in the world, not the most powerful, but you still need to know how to use them. These things, good enough gun, but they're not the most powerful gun there is. If you had a knot, or if you had another nail, or just a hard bit of timber, these things can jam up. Not fire the nail fully, you'll be hell of it will be sticking out. Because of the way these actually work, throwing the pin forward, they can get jammed up on the flywheel. Quick release lever on the top for when you jam the gun. It's not uncommon to jam these things. People buy them, start using them, use them for a while, later sort of stuff doing roofing and that, maybe using 50 or 65mm nails, never a problem. Then they start doing a wee bit of framing, stick it at 90mm. Next thing, gun jams, had a knot, thing jams up, pin won't come back. Leave it on here for repair. To repair it, like, to fix a jam nail, pull that lever, that releases the pin, your light will continue to flash, pull out your battery, that's it, reset. Just in case, we'll also check the springs. Sometimes they can break, not give enough tension to pull the pin back. They can start to misfire like that, or jam up the pin a wee bit more often, so test that as well. No, nothing wrong with the driver, nothing wrong with the springs. That's perfect. Nothing wrong there at all. It is amazing how often I get this on. Not just a Dewalt, but any tool. It's just a common thing with them. Things just jammed up. Somebody doesn't know what to do, they think it's broken, leave it in here for repair. Not a thing wrong with the gun, just a common nail jam. Somebody's left it on. Best thing about it, I don't even know if there is anything else wrong with it, or it could be something else. You never know. A person could be left it on for a completely different reason. But, problem is, DM written on the bottom. No name, no phone number, no description of why it was left on. That's all I have to go on. Only thing I can do, test the gun. Gun's jammed, it's not firing. unjam the pin. What else can I do? Springs inside are fine. That's as much as I can do or test. Charge your man for resetting the pin. Next up we have cheap and cheerful Bosch drill. This is the GSB18-2Li. This is a wee light 18 volt Bosch drill with a DC motor. Nothing too heavy, just more DIY than anything. Problem, and she's running. That's down on power actually. Something wrong with that motor. Yeah. Oh god, yeah, she's stinking. Stanky. Burning up. Motor's burnt out in it. Starting to smell. Right. There's only a wee motor replacement. Yeah, she's hot. Not much to these wee drills. Same sort of electronic unit, retainers and switch as some of the other Bosch drills, but as you can see the board, no protection whatsoever. She's just an open circuit board. So this is more of a DIY grade, definitely not for outside use. Gearbox is one piece, motor then, just a wee small DC motor. Nothing major. She's very light duty. Even stuff to turn. Right, see, we have a motor for this thing. We do indeed. One motor. We need a soldering iron for this one. Get the old weller out. Good wee iron. Very slow to heat up. One little teeny tiny motor. These really are only DIY tools. Bosch obviously do much bigger ones. This is only cheap and cheerful. Good for light stuff, or even kitchen fitters, cabinet makers type stuff. Very good for that because it's nice and light. But let's see, this boy was pushing this one a wee bit too hard. Even the chuck, no wear at all on the chuck even. This has done nothing. That's why they're also very good for cabinet makers and that. Nice tight chuck on it. You can easily get a 1mm drill bit into that there. Wait for this thing to heat up now. Nice and easy to remove. You can see them brushes are well burnt down there as well. And the rotor on side's discoloured. Get rid of that. Very easy to fit. You always get a red marker down here for the red lead. That's it. Doesn't take much. Gearbox in. Make sure your chain lever's on top. Marry the two up. Drop it on. It locates into these wee pins here on the body. Make sure the motor is halfway. You should see half the spindle. At the back side, so you know you're sitting on correctly. That's it. Everything in place. Make sure your batch retainer spring is pushed on here. Make sure none of the wires are going to get nipped. Simple as that. Tighten it all down. And that's her. Wee flash is just from the brake. Just stopping the motor suddenly. Get that all the time with a new motor being fitted, or even a new drill. That calms down in a wee while. Oh, much more power. Yeah, no holding that now. That's her. One Bosch GSB18-2Li DIY cordless drill with a new motor fitted. Cost of that actual repair is about €70. €70 including parts, labour and VAT. Now you may be wondering if it's worth it. Questionable really, to be quite honest, but because that drill is so fresh looking, even the chuck hasn't even done much work, it probably is worth it. New one of them is going to cost between €100 and €120. €70 gets it fixed up. It's basically a new drill with a new motor. Everything else is hardly any use. It's worth it in that regards. Plus, actually a 2014 machine, so that hasn't been used very much. It's just been used by somebody DIY who just overworked it, burnt out the motor. Basically, they know the limits of the drill now, so better off fixing the one they have, setting it out and buying a new one again. So that's her. Fixed up again. Next up, Panasonic charger. Nothing. Generally, there's going to be nothing can be done with this. Unless it's something very simple, it's just not worth fixing them. Tend to open them anyway just to have a quick look, but like I say, most of the time they're just not worth it. Unless you're an electronics specialist going to problem solve a board, there's not much point in dropping them on. Even if you could get them fixed, it probably costs more to repair it than it does to actually buy a new one. Not showing me nothing. No, not going any further than that. It's not the lead, it's not this fuse, it's on the board itself. You'd have to fault find and trace everything back to find the exact cause of the failure. And the time, effort involved in doing that and ordering parts is just simply not worth it. Far better off buying a new one and fixing these chargers. And just give it back to the customer. Nine times out of 10, you can't do anything for battery chargers, but at one time, where it does work, I mean, it's always worthwhile checking. This one can't be fixed. Next up, a Milwaukee. This is the 1 key Milwaukee M12 1/2-inch anvil. She's obviously had a fair bit of work, probably coming from a mechanics or something. Yeah, definitely a fair bit of work. Gunk up in there. Nah. Hear that? You hear that wee high-pitched whine or high-pitched tone? That's the actual controller. You hear the switch is working. He's trying to engage something, but no power is getting through. So more than likely the field will be gone on this one. She's not had an easy life anyway. Now, I know I normally say a lot of things about Milwaukee, but I'm not going to go into it. Milwaukee's good enough for the things they're good at. For mechanics, like this one came from, they're good for that. If you're a mechanic, they're the best power, but they don't have the best last. 2021. But this must have done a fair bit of work to get into this kind of a state. So obviously she has her money earned. I don't think there's going to be any point in doing anything with this. Doesn't matter what it is, she's not running. Whether it be the controller, the stator, the switch, or the contacts, it's all one piece. End of story. So no matter which one's gone, you have to replace the lot to fix it, which is basically the price of the machine. So in other words, once they stop, you dump them and you buy them again. Fine if you're a mechanic, because you're getting that good power, but for most other trades, I don't think they really realise these are more of a disposable tool now than anything. Good for the initial couple of months, 6 months, 12 months, grand, but after that, they just turn onto a bag of shite, to be honest. Even the contacts, that's my biggest peeve with Milwaukee. Contacts just burn away into nothing. So yeah, not doing anything else with that. You'd end up wasting too much time for absolutely nothing. Your work done, there's not much point in doing anything else. Seeing as I took on one Milwaukee, so I'll have a look at the other ones. Nothing wrong with that. She's unpacked them. That's probably going to be something to do with it. There we go. Yeah, that whine. That's a switch problem. Right, she's running otherwise. Just the odd time she jams up, the brake goes off, she makes that little whining sound. That's the trigger switch actually getting jammed in. Contacts are failing. Again, Milwaukee, switch, motor, controller, contacts, all one piece. Not really worth opening these ones up to clean them out. So that one, still running, leave it the way it is. This one, ugh. That's rough. That one's old. That's as well rusted up. It's actually out of America as well. Doesn't have a year on it. It's the older brushed version. Oh, I just locked the brushes just in case. Right, so the brushes are wore out. Seeing as she's running, everything seems alright. This bearing's okay, and this bearing's okay. Don't think that tool holder's too badly worn. Bit stiff, but a bit of oil will sort that out. We're just going to chance a set of brushes in this, or a brush ring, just in case it gets it running again. Don't need the leads, just need to swap the leads over on this one. Okay, but these older brushed Milwaukees, very easy to work on. The actual motor construction is actually very good. Like they're a nicely made motor and armature. Actual rotor armature, it's quality made, nicely tightly packed and wound on. Everything's epoxied on. The actual rotor itself is very good, and proper neodymium magnet fields. Plus they're a 4-pole, like the Makita one, 4 brushes. They give plenty of power for all the size they were. But just like the Makita, they could get very hot very quick because the amount of power they sucked. It might be worth fixing this one, so we'll give her a chance. These brushes have wee seats for the springs. Just set them up. Takes the tension off the springs, off the brushes. So you can actually set this on without damaging the brush. And just re-engage them. Should be her. Reinstall the change lever, don't forget that. Everything else looks okay. That's her. You see the brushes on that one, completely worn out, down to nothing. A tool holder, a wee spray. There's a wee bit of rust on it. That'll keep that good. There we go. Sounds much better. One Milwaukee impactor, old type M18 with a brushed motor. New set of brushes, or a new brush ring. Gets that one sorted out, no problem. That's the thing about Milwaukee. If you go back long enough, their tools are actually extremely good. So this is probably what, back about 2016 or so. Still running no problem. And today you're getting these on 2021, 2022. Already dead. Can't be fixed. Older stuff was definitely the best. And sure, €34, you wouldn't be without it. Staying with Milwaukee. Quite a few of these on today. A wee M12 impact gun. She again is working. There's a problem there, look. Actual chain switch. Don't know what's happened there. She's actually buried on both sides. Can't change the actual direction. This is on tightening only. Plus again, this is a mechanic has it. She is fairly well worn out. Can't change the speed either. The selector's gone. Might be able to clean that out. Switch is also gone. No, still works a wee bit. If you push down this way, it doesn't work. If you push it up, it still works. Right, for just a forward reverse switch, it'll be worth looking at this one. Again, a mechanics. It's caked in dirt and grease. Even the screws are filled up. Dig them all out first before you can open it. I just, seeing as I was looking at them other ones, because I have to keep note of where my audience is from. Milwaukee, here in Ireland, the UK and Europe. If you're a mechanic, it makes sense. Simple as. If you're in the States and a mechanic, it still makes sense. Here in Ireland, the UK and Europe, if you're a carpenter, if you're getting drills, nail guns, jigsaws, planers, garden tools, that sort of stuff, Milwaukee doesn't make any sense. Not here anyway. They just don't last long enough. Simple as. Good and powerful at the beginning, but 6 months later, they turn into a bag of crap, to be honest. They just don't have enough longevity to be worth the money to be buying for other trades. Basically only good for mechanics over here. If you're in the States, buying all the other type of Milwaukee stuff, yeah, it makes sense. In the States, you're getting 5 years warranty with us. 5 years, no questions asked, straight from you, 5-year warranty. Here in Ireland, UK and Europe, you get a 1-year warranty when you buy a Milwaukee. 1 year. Same as every other brand. You can extend that to 3 years if you register the tool within 30 days of buying it. Exact same as every other brand. So they offer nothing extra compared to what they do in the States. The exact same power as every other brand for warranty wise. If you don't register it, it's 1 year. If you haven't registered Milwaukee and you're only getting about 1 year's work out of it, it's not worth it. That's my problem with Milwaukee. Just the longevity just isn't there. Good and powerful at the beginning. Definitely one of the most powerful things you're going to buy. But longevity, running this into the future, it's just not going to be happening. So if you're in the States, Milwaukee makes perfect sense if you're getting a 5-year warranty. But over here, same 1-year warranty as everybody else, 3 years extended. That's just not worth it. No one ever remembers to register the thing for a 3-year warranty. Well, a lot of people don't even know you can do it. Most people, 1-year warranty, that's it. So that's why I don't really recommend these for that. But in the States or any other country that they offer a 5-year warranty, yeah, definitely worth buying them. Any problem you have, you can just get it fixed or replaced. That makes sense. Every single screw just caked. Just imagine that there's just all somebody else's sweat, blood and skin. Yeah, look at the state of that. How to even get it into that state? Right, this one's going to need a wash out. There's no way we can send it out looking like that again. Definitely can't see that board's not protected. Look at that. And there's why she's not changing its direction. How did somebody manage to do that? Brute force. Like, that's not even easily bent. That's gone. Everybody always likes to see the stuff getting cleaned. To be honest, it's quite satisfying when it's this bad, actually. Actually cleans up quite well. That board is actually bent as well. As much force you put on it, it's actually bent this aluminium heatsink. I'm surprised if this works right at all. Finish off your electronics with a bit of contact cleaner. Make sure everything's dry then. I think we're good to go on this. That side. See what we can do here now. See if this works or not. I have my doubts about this one. Change lever. Do not have. So just heated this with a blowtorch. Straightened it up just so I can test it to see if this works. Don't want to go ordering parts for no reason at all. Nah, waste of time. Should have checked that first. Wee pin's gone now, look. Wee pin meant to be here to locate into this change lever. So this works, but it's not locating anything. So there's no way to change the direction. So this is actually a waste of time. Can't buy that switch on its own. Have to buy everything. So for one wee tiny piece, this is now scrap. Well, that was a waste of time. This is why I don't like working with Milwaukee's tools. You could just be wasting all your friggin' time and money for nothing. Then I knew this was a risk when I started it. Only myself to blame. I would safely say somebody actually drove over that. There's too much damage there to to be done by somebody squeezing it. Let's say somebody drove over that with a car or a trailer or something. It's just as well I tried to straighten that wee thing to test this out and put it together, because otherwise I would have been sitting waiting for that to come in for a few weeks before rebuilding this and realising I was wasting my time anyway. Then I also would have been wasting the customer's time. Well, at least the customer's getting back a nice clean broken machine. Too much things wrong with us. Speed selector's gone. Switch is not running in all the modes. Now she's got a fault. Yeah, it's just as well that's broken. It's not going to be worth it anyway. She's got her work done by the looks of it. What is she? 2019. The M12 Milwaukee stuff generally are a lot better quality than the M18 stuff, and you do see it when they come on. They do a lot more work than the M18 stuff. This one, not worth doing anything else with it. To fix that right, you're buying half the machine anyway. Better off replacing it, buying a new one, getting a long warranty. Now, next up, we're going to be a bit more old school. An old Hitachi drill. Not looking healthy anyway. Was she a DV20VB? I actually bought one of these machines myself, 2020. I found one of these on eBay once, brand new. I actually bought, changed the chuck over, sold the machine. One thing I bought it for was the chuck. Look at that. A proper 3-jaw Rome chuck. Not a quick chuck, just an actual 3-jaw chuck. That alone is probably worth about 70 quid to buy. Nice chuck to get in a drill. Gonna have to see what's going on here. Is the motor gone or is the brushes gone? Don't know if I can do anything with this one or not. Just gonna have to open it and see. The off chance it could be a worn out set of brushes. Brushes are gone, alright. They're totally gone. That's the brush lead there. That shouldn't have come out so easily. Nothing left of the brushes. These have a choke built onto the lead. Yeah, there's the main problem. Look at that one. It's all the way down to the wire. Literally. Burnt through 3 coils of the spring. That one should have been in a wee bit sooner. Question is, will she still run? Only one way to find out. Look at that. She's messy. This one takes a set of 041 Hitachi brushes. Right, cookie brushes out there now. One of the wee square brush end. This one's okay. They've got an opened slot in the back. Brush end fits into there, so that you can get to the open slot. So that's where your brush spade goes onto. Slide that on, make sure you get it into the connector. Drop it on. Tuck in that choke, keep it out of the way. And this one looks to be destroyed, but it's not. This wee insert just comes out. Slide that back in again. Perfectly fine to test this. Same thing again. Slide that connector on. Brush on. Line it up. Push it down. That's it. Same again. Tuck in that wee choke. These older ones can be fairly tightly packed. Should just go together nice and easily like that. You shouldn't have to squeeze it together. If you're squeezing it, it's not together right. You're pinching away or somewhere. Of a flash down there, but nothing like what it was. Even though the motor is still flashing a bit, it's only a set of brushes that went onto it. That's not going to cost the earth. €15 changes the brushes. You really can't beat the older machines. The old Hitachi DV20VB from year 2000. 23 years old, still running, even after sparking that badly. Only needed a set of brushes. That'll keep her going. Up next, a Dewalt recip saw, cordless. This is the DCS367, and it has seen better days. Look at the state of that. Well, main question is, does she start? No. Dead. Nothing at all, actually. I was going to say I could do a whole video on this alone, but if this isn't running, mightn't be any video to do at all. All we can do is crack her open and we look inside. What's going on there? Is that actually melted? It has actually. Somebody give that a serious hot supper. Heated up this aluminium housing for the plunger enough to melt the plastic. Actually literally melted it. Look, liquefied the plastic. Actually liquefied that. Somehow I don't think this survived. Look at the spindle. Actually discoloured with heat. How the hell did they manage that? yeah, I don't think there's much we're going to do with this thing. I'm not even going to put this back together, I don't think. I don't think I could. Nah, that's just too far gone. How they did that, I do not know. Just ran it until it cooked everything. Forget about that one. That's not going to be worth fixing. It's never a good sign when something comes in a shopping bag. Eurospar. What goodies await us? Ah, we're off to a flying start here. You must be joking. Ah, for God's sake. Why would somebody even send this on? 3 Dewalt batteries, Dewalt drill and a Dewalt charger. Clearly just been lying in a shed somewhere for the last couple of years. Not even a model on it or nothing. Contacts are green, batteries are green with corrosion. And that one's corroded, and that one's corroded. Even the charger is corroded. What am I meant to do with that? Why even send that on? Tell you's the crack now with this stuff. Old NiCad tools. If you have them and they work, grand. Dump these. Get yourself an adapter. If you've got a bunch of Dewalt, Bosch, Makita, whatever tools, the old NiCad batteries, 18 volts. If you've got planers, jigsaws, drills, impactors, all that sort of stuff, go out and get yourself a new drill with batteries. Good quality drill, 5 amp batteries, all lithium. Use that drill instead. Also buy an adapter. Use the adapter to run your old tools on the new lithium batteries. That's the way to do it. These things here, waste of time, waste of money. I don't even think anybody supplies these, even copy ones now. There's no point, they're too expensive. If you have these tools and you're never using them, buying these batteries is an absolute waste of money. NiCad and lithium are 2 different types of batteries. Okay, NiCad builds a memory inside. That's the downfall of NiCad. You have to be using them all the time, weekly basis, running them empty, charging them up. You're not supposed to let these, you're not supposed to half use these and charge them, otherwise it builds a memory. If you leave these fully charged, let them lie there for months, crystallize inside, causes what they call a memory build-up. So the actual ampage goes down. Crystals form inside so they won't actually take the same charge the next time. You can boost them, you can mess about with them, you can get them running again half decent. But if you're not using these tools all the time, don't waste your time on them. They're a waste of time. They're going to end up costing you too much time, too much money. To replace these here with even copy ones, you're onto 50 or 60 quid a piece. When they're that badly rusted and corroded inside, they're going to be destroyed. Lithium's the way to go. Lithium batteries aren't the same as these. You can charge this up and leave it sitting there. It doesn't build a memory. Doesn't matter if you leave it fully charged or half empty, makes no real difference to the batteries inside. There's actually a debate whether or not which is better, leaving them nearly empty or fully charged for storing and longevity for manufacturers. There's a whole debate about that. Doesn't really matter what you do. Main thing is you can let this sit for weeks and months on end. It's not going to build a memory inside. These do. So if you're buying these, replacing them or fixing them, and you're only using the tools every few months, you're absolutely wasting your time. Get yourself a decent drill, decent 5 or 6 amp batteries, get yourself an adapter, use the adapter, new lithium battery to run your old tools. That's the only way to do it. Right, I don't think there's anything we can really do with this, but we'll go through the motions anyway. Not even a volt. So obviously this isn't going to charge like that. Yeah, not much you're going to do there. Clearly, I'm not going to be doing anything with that. Yep. Battery acid has actually leaked out of it. Destroyed the cells. Yeah, that's gone. So contacts are all eaten away. Leads inside are corroded. This cell's completely leaked. It's leaked out on top of these ones, so I'm not doing anything with that. Better ship, but it's still not good. So it has voltage. See if this one will at least charge. Clean out the contacts, get the rust and corrosion off. See what she does then. And she's still working, but will she charge? No. Faulty. In other words, nothing you can do with this. Totally gone. Charge might work, everything else doesn't. Only thing I can do is throw it back in the bag. Now, last fun for today, we have a Makita, which has definitely seen better days. Base is actually broken, the magnesium base on it. No, I did more than that actually. Yeah. He's broken the housing for holding the guard. There's the circlip for holding the guard on. She's busted off. So that housing there is gone too. Obviously dropped it. Right, this one's questionable. It's all going to depend if we damage this guard too much. What is she? 2017. Didn't do anything else, mind you. Does she run? Right. Motor runs. That's as far as I can go with this one today. I don't have this base, and I don't have this housing up in here. That on its own is going to be a questionable one. As long as everything else is alright, it should be able to be fixed. Base is about 50 quid. That housing is about 20 quid. We're on to 70 already. So that could be a 80 or 90 euro repair altogether. It's got a 200 euro saw to buy, so we're getting halfway. If there's anything else wrong with us, it's not going to be worth fixing. But it's too late in the day to do anything about it now. This one's going to have to wait till tomorrow. Get these parts ordered, and then if I'm going to go ahead with it. I'll ring the customer tomorrow, see if he wants to go ahead with the repair. If he does, we'll get the parts ordered up. That's all from me for today. Hope you enjoyed watching, lads. Hope you enjoy the content. Give us a like and a follow if you like these type of videos. Anyway, lads, that's all I can do for today. I've ran out of time. Thought I'd get more done than that, but that's as much as we can get done. Hope you're enjoying the videos, lads. Hope you liked watching this one. If you're enjoying the content, give us a wee like and a follow there. And don't forget to hit subscribe too. And if you want to help support the channel, you should also become members now as well. Thanks for watching, lads. Hope you're enjoying them. Let me know in the comment section if there's anything you want to see. Let me know in the comment section, and if you have any questions about tool repairs, again, throw a comment down below, and if I get time to answer you, I will. But that's me for another day here. Thanks again for watching. Hope you're enjoying them. Chat to you later.